Hey everybody, it's Daryl from AMLA 604, Motivating Students with Technology. Wanted to walk through the week 2 agenda with you all and share some information that you're going to need throughout this week on the synchronous day, today the 14th of July, this afternoon at 4:30. Some highlights from the hashtag AMLA 604, things that I found that were connected to language teaching. Were some posts that are a part of the hashtag Lang Chat virtual chat on Blue Sky. That's a newer post as of the 10th of July, so that's fun to see those. You can do those by searching hashtag Lang Chat on Blue Sky, which is helpful. So do take a look at those and find out what other educators are posting. A lot of times you find some rich ideas and rich resources that people are just eager to share and get feedback on. A little bit about what we're going to do today during class is what I call Lesson 2.0. It's taking a lesson that you're not feeling great about just yet. It's something that, as my children would say, is feeling mid. And by the end of it, it should be enhanced with the help of learning technologies. I would invite you before the session to click into the resources. Meredith White resources are specific to Spanish resources. I didn't want to not include them because they are very rich. You don't have to be a Spanish speaker to see the value in her resources. 40 Ways That Students Showcase Mastery is the resource that we shared in class, I believe last session, where it was looking at all of the options for students in terms of a potential summative assessment or a reassessment in the case of the need of a second scoop of learning or an intervention. Leslie Grand's blog we're very familiar with, and then resources that I've shared from others, from other presentations that I've given connected specifically to L2 Google Apps training. So these are all organized by mode of learning, and then also proficiency portfolios, which we'll get into on our last week together. Peruse those resources, think about the tools and ideas, the context that we've been reading about in the 2 texts. You should have lots of ideas to implement. That's something that I'm finding out in 2025, that I find that we have more resources than we need, which can sometimes feel overwhelming to people. It's a good problem to have. We didn't always have this problem. On day 2.1, we're going to go through what I call Lesson 2.0. It's taking a lesson that you're not yet satisfied with and to take it to the next level with the help of learning technologies. We're going to do some brainstorming during this session. Bring at that task. Maybe it's from that Education 600 course where you designed some instruction, or maybe it's a lesson that you know you're going to use in fall, first thing in maybe September, with students that you want to take to the next level with the help of learning technologies. So we'll go through these steps together during class. You're welcome to follow that link early into the FigJam and even test drive to see if you're able to edit. You should have editing rights already. Readings for 2.2 are listed here on this slide. I've been doing a lot of consulting work in the work of artificial intelligence in world languages. Click into these slides to explore more. Some things that I really want to emphasize with you during this welcome video is the use of a model called Parts by Google for Education, and that is when you're creating a prompt, the value in AI, the best results that you get, much like a Boolean search in the media center, comes from using these parts, right? So identifying what your role is, what do you hope to achieve, who's your audience, what's the theme, and then any structure in terms of the output. So here's an example as a communicative language teacher that identifies as proficiency-oriented instruction. I'm looking for these pieces, and this is where the piece comes out. Hey, this is how I approach teaching. This is the theme. This is what I'm asking for output. These are my modes of communication, and here's my setting. So that's going to be super helpful and it's going to get you much better results, even better results. Keep in mind when you're using these tools like a ChatGPT, a Gemini, or a Claude, if you're feeling well versed also, head to Poe, as in the author Poe, P-O-E. That's another great language model, a large language model that uses image generation as one of its signature features. So that's something that you're going to want to be aware of. In day 2.2, I'm also asking you to explore edua.ai just to get a chance to see what lesson plan design assist. Heavy emphasis on assist. Something that you're going to hear about AI is this rule of something called 80-20, that yes, when you leverage tools that are AI powered, that you should be ready to still tailor them 20%. And you should always vet your resources to make sure that they're accurate. That topic or keyword is where you're going to benefit the most by entering that really rich prompt. One tip that I got at a conference last summer was to not only tell AI what you want, but tell it what you don't want as a part of your prompt. That was a big takeaway for me. More readings in 2.3. Differentiation also leverages AI tools in the next slide, but here's a link to some modules. And as a part of that, I guess I want to highlight too, is that this is a whole instructional video that coaches teachers how to do this. So this is another chance for you to learn some more tips on how to design that, since it is a part of the micro teaching assignment. On 2.3, I'm also asking you to leverage a tool called DiffIt. This might be a resource that you come back to when it's time to design a second scoop of learning, an intervention. Basically, share any link, any PDF, any text that you can copy and paste, and then literally it generates things like a multiple choice set of questions. It identifies key vocab. You can copy and paste those short and long answer prompts. On the right index, you'll see also an option for generating visual organizers. So like a quick KWL chart that you can do that's tailored specifically to the resource. This is the beauty of AI in teaching and learning, is the ability to tailor resources specifically to the ideas that you want to unlock with your students in class. Hugely rich resource. Day 2.4 looks closer at the Miller et al. Text, chapter I to the second power. I like that they use that. And then 2.5, more from both Kolb and Miller. You're going to want to use those ideas too as a part of thinking ahead to that micro teaching assignment. Student survey. I'm all about getting feedback, especially we're at the start of the second week. I wouldn't have many opportunities to make changes to the course of the ship at this point, but I definitely want to get the student survey out to you this week. Earlier the better. I read all survey results. It is an anonymous survey, and I'm asking for some feedback on me and also of the course. So this is when I'm asking you to, these are things that I really want you to consider moving forward the next time you teach it, or maybe it's something that we can put into play still this summer, that we can make a quick shift. Some things that I've already used. Let me back that up a little bit. I've already used ideas from students in the survey to make changes to the course in previous years. So I definitely want to get that feedback. I'm looking forward today to day 2.1 on the 14th of July to get into the lesson 2.0. Please bring questions so that if you have any after class today from 4:30 to 6:30 Central, to bring those questions. Wishing everybody a great week. It's gorgeous here. I hope it's pretty where you are too. Have an awesome week. Take care, everybody.